sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been testing so much, all these wrestlers nice, all these different situations that
Welcome to San Francisco, dude.
seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a Benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road,
Do you think that if you live in the Bay Area, you have more probabilities of building something great than if you live in Europe?
Dude, that's a good question. I mean, yes, absolutely, absolutely.
In terms of probability, because
Yes.
I believe that here there are many more people building stuff, so in absolute terms, it will be more successful story than in Europe. But is it really more probable to build something great here?
I think we have the same everywhere. It's like Pareto law or power law, 2080, right? Like even here in Silicon Valley, you're going to have 20% of the founders that are getting 80% of the capital raised and 80% of the revenues generated. But the thing here is that you are born and raised with startup culture, and so if you're interested in that, it's easier for you to end up becoming a founder, you know, like for us, dude.
Yeah, you need to be the 1% of the 1% to start a company. If you live in Europe, no, like you are being like very contrarian.
Yeah, because it's something that you have to learn on your own. You know, it's like nobody like in now it's a little bit more, you know, common. But when we were younger, dude, like I never heard about startups in university nor in school, dude. I remember like I think I read like one newspaper that appeared like the founder of Revolut like when I was in university, and I was like, what is this, bro? But I never like even, you know, and I knew that I liked creating stuff, but I didn't know what that meant, you know?
Yeah, and there is a common belief that you need to have money to build something. You need to be already rich.
Yeah.
But it's not like that. In reality, there are a lot of people that start from scratch.
Yeah.
They have nothing to risk, and they take money from others to build it.
Yeah, I think the way that I see that now is a bit differently. I think like what we've been taught and what I thought before is that you need to risk everything to get a reward. And now I see how you don't even need to quit your job to start something, you know, like...
Yeah, now it's easier than ever.
Yeah, and people think that you need money to start a company, and yes, you need money to be able to take care of yourself and your family. Like you cannot be irresponsible in that sense, you know?
Yeah.
But maybe you don't need to quit your job just yet.
Yeah. And
you know?
You don't need that much money to start because you can work on the cloud. You don't need to have your own data centers. You don't need to hire some first employees. Like you can have agents. You can use ChatGPT. Have a pretty decent amount of work and quality. No, it's like building an MVP is probably easier and cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah, and if it's your first company, like it's very risky. Like it's very likely it's not going to work. So don't risk your life because of it, you know?
Yeah.
If you don't have money, you shouldn't be building a company. First, you should learn about how to make money, no? Like first you should learn, and there's many ways that you can learn. You can go work at a startup, you can go...
Yeah, but at the same time, don't expect other people or investors to give you money if you have not even risked your job, you know?
No, of course not. Of course not, but my point is like you shouldn't even ask for investors' money if you're not ready to if you haven't figured out your own personal finances before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it can be responsible.
Learn how to manage your money before you manage others' money.
Exactly.
I swear I need a hit.
Running, you were all I needed back then, now I'm buzzing. Yeah, she said I didn't change, I said you just stay the same. Swear she used to have a plan, but...
What are you having for breakfast?
the only option. That is not a sewer.
Instagram don't really mean you made it. She said I didn't change. I said you just stay the same, baby. You want it in place, yeah.
Your value, additional value is time.
Yeah.
I mean, not only the content, you give people time.
Exactly. Like the way that I see it is like, no, it's not about us. Nobody cares about us.
Yeah.
It's about what we can give them.
Yeah.
And so what we do is basically
Deliver value.
yeah, and it's basically think what founders have to do and try to do the work for them and share it with them.
Yeah,
No?
we are also learning. So
Yeah.
the greatest stuff that we find, we say, okay, let's share it with our audience.
Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been testing so much, all these restless nights, all these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I gotta
Drives probably better than most of the drivers.
Yeah, it's safe. I think it's cheaper than booking an Uber with a human. It cost us only $18 in San Francisco for a 35 minutes ride.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But I can't wait to have this because can you imagine just like having this as your car and you're just like, okay, I want to go to Barcelona, which is like 3 hours from where I live. I'll be working in the car, chilling with, not having to drive, and then I don't know, I won't have to pay for a parking because I can ask it to go park itself, somewhere.
Yeah, and you could work at the same time you're traveling.
I mean,
So
today
crazy.
there's a wheel, but we don't need the wheel or other dashboard of the driver. And I mean, I feel safe
Yeah.
because I know that probably it will actively do better than a driver that you don't know.
I think Tesla's robot taxi doesn't have a wheel already.
Yeah. Ow! Yeah. Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams.